Your 19 birthday is called the Prince of Heaven. This is a karmic reward birthday that you came in with. And the Prince of Heaven shows, the picture shows a prince being lifted up above the clouds to heaven. So you've done some good work. You've done some good work, and you're going to be rewarded in this lifetime for your good heart, for your good deeds. And you will have success. Now 6 plus the 19's 10 is 1 is 7. We're in a 9 year. Okay, now this is interesting. You are going to be the first person of all the readings I've done that has called me about a church situation. And interestingly enough, Kayla, we have 9-year cycles. This year you're in a 7. And if you've read your Bible, you know that 7s repeat a lot in the Bible. And the 7 is a spiritual number. It's a mystical spiritual number. And this year you're in a 7 cycle. So this is a very good time for you to strengthen your connection to God and to your angels and Jesus and your guides and everybody. This is a very powerful year for you in your spiritual growth. All right, now I'm sitting here looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks. I'm going to pull from all of them for you. And what I'm going to start out with is I'm going to pull 4 cards. And once I get them on the table, then I'm going to be ready for your first question. Okay? So the first deck I'm going to pull from is a French deck. And what all these cards are going to do is give you and me both a big picture of what's going on with you. Oh, how pretty. I got a girl sitting on a mushroom with fairy butterfly wings, and it says playfulness. Now, after I get the cards laid out, then I'm going to talk to you about what they mean. Not going to leave you hanging. All right, I pulled Snapdragon for your flower. Let's give you one of these compass, these treasure maps. Let's see what we get on that. We got flying, and it's got a Pegasus on it. Okay. No. 3. Let's give you an animal card too. Now this deck is all animals, and it's Native American. The Native Americans teach that just like we have angels, we also have guardian animal spirits. Wow, you got the raven. He jumped out. Okay, now I'm ready for you to tell me your first question. Okay, let's look. I like the way you said that, an encounter in an elevator. I'm not going to ask you to elaborate on that. Okay, let's see. One more. Well, that's nice. Okay, now we'll start with our playfulness card. Now, Geminis are known for their playful, social spirit. So I'm hoping that you're spending some time doing your little social dance and being pretty light on your feet, not in any heavy energy, just keeping it light and having a good time. The Snapdragon comes up. It is about affirming or confirming your sense of self-worth. And it's so cute because there's a lady standing here with these flowers, and she's got her hands on her hips. So this is a card of really knowing who you are and being proud of that and expressing it. The next card has a Pegasus, and he's flying across the sky. This is very interesting how these cards came about, because Geminis represent that freedom of flight. And this little guy is telling you, reminding you that when you're light enough to fly like a bird, nothing weighs you down, and you don't worry and you don't stress. You feel like anything's possible. And then the final card up there, the Raven. Now, ravens are incredibly magical birds. I don't know if you've ever read Edgar Allan Poe's story about the raven, but the raven comes to us to give us a glimpse into the magical world. And he can also show up when someone on the other side is trying to talk to you as a message from them. Now, on this question about the first card is the Emperor, and it shows a man who is very, very powerful and very successful. He's in charge of his world. Very, very successful. But he can be kind of closed off when it comes to emotions and, relationships even. He's very stubborn. The next card is the creativity card, and this is him working and expressing his art and being very valued for it. The next card, I think, is where your mind is kind of going. This is the Chariot. The second card is the Three of Pentacles. And it's very much connected to artistic expression and talents and people appreciating them and paying for them. I mean, he's just like you said, his career is going very well. The next card gets into you and your energy, and this one is the Chariot. The Chariot is when we have a goal before us and we're going after it and we're trying to accomplish that goal. Now, it's also a card that has some challenges. It's not the smoothest of rides, and it's a 7, which is that energy that I told you you're in this year. The final card is the Three of Swords, and this is a card of separation. So I think that you may put forth some effort to try to kindle something with him, but I think ultimately he's going to go his separate way. I don't honestly think this man is really open for relationship. He's very, very focused on his career. So now, what would you like me to do next? Okay. At church. So what kind of church? Baptist, Mormon, Methodist, non-denominational. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, now this one doesn't speak of relationship at all. It's focused on you. So the first card that comes up is the Page of Pentacles, and that is new studies. Could even be school, but it's learning something new. The next two cards are considered divine intervention cards. They're major arcana. We have the moon, and the moon represents strong intuition, but it also represents confusion, things not being quite what they seem to be. It's kind of murky and cloudy. So it's really necessary that you pay attention to your intuition when this card comes up. The next card is the Death card. Now, people who are brand new to card readings get scared of this card because they're afraid somebody's going to tell them they're going to die. It's not about physical death. It's about major transformation is coming up in your life, to the point where 6 months from now, you're going to look back on this night and it's going to feel like a lifetime ago. Something really big is about to shift in a good way. And the last card is the Two of Wands. And I like to say on this card, it's a choice card. It's a choice you're going to make. Throughout this big change that's coming, you have an option. Whatever your dreams may be, you have to become that woman long before you live the dream, because that helps it come to you faster. So it's a decision to make about, let's say you wanted to be a movie star. You wanted to be an actress. Well, you would need to begin now seeing yourself in the roles, the scripts, reading through them, taking acting classes, performing in movie. You would need to put yourself there mentally, and then you would end up living it. So there's some big stuff on the horizon for you. Now, since you've asked me about two guys, how about we pull a spread just about your love life and see if there's someone else coming in? How do you feel about that? Okay. Yeah, well, okay, let me put this to you, especially since you're new to this. Nothing is carved in stone. Everything can shift, right? So in this moment, tonight, the energy doesn't look like it's going to come together for relationship. But something could shift a little bit down the road. But right now, I would say no. Well, I'm really not in the business of telling people what to do, but I will tell you what I've learned from working with women and clients and years of experience. If you enjoy the interactions, fine. But if you're trying to reach for something more committed, being with someone just physically, men are really good at setting patterns, and once the pattern's established, it's hard to get them out of it. So if they see you as someone to go to have a good time, that's how they will continue to see you. And you set the tone of how he sees you. Let me give you a book that you may want to read. I recommend it to all my single clients. I use this book and it helped me get through my singleness and into marriage. It's called Mars and Venus on a Date by John Gray. And he teaches you how the male mind works, and signs to watch for, and to know when they're going to commit, when they're not going to commit, and all of that. Okay. I want to get these laid out for you on something else coming in for you. Excuse me. You've got some powerful changes coming up. I know that. Probably going to put you on a whole new path. And one more. So we can get some relationship stuff out of here. Okay. I looked up for potential relationship coming in, and this might be the card that came up, maybe Monty. The card that came up, the first one is the Knight of Wands. And what this means, when this comes up, when you're asking about romance, it's someone who doesn't want to commit, but who wants to have a passionate sexual interaction. And then we've got the Magician after that. And the Magician is you. And it's guiding you. This is another divine intervention card. And it's guiding you to get really focused about what you want to manifest in your life. And the guidance says you have all the gifts and the tools that you need to manifest your dream. The next card is Swift Change and things coming in quickly. But the final card is the Seven of Cups, and this one says that you're not quite sure yet exactly what you want. You've got a lot of options, but you have to make a decision so that you can focus all this fast-moving energy in that direction. So you can't split yourself down the middle or scatter yourself. You got to get focused on what you want, and then you'll get it. All right, what next? Well, those words would sound like even considering a spell, like a love spell. So here's my advice to you on that. Number one, it's all about your intention and where you direct your attention. Now, love spells that are used to force someone's hand, those backfire. But I can give you a tool that you can use from here to the end of your life on anything, including love. What you do is, you remember when I told you you're going to have all this change and you're going to have to make a decision of who you want to be next? Well, that ties into what I'm about to tell you. When you're a Gemini, so you can handle this exercise. You get a journal, and every day for 10 minutes, you write down what it is that you want to live. You act like a movie director writing little scenes. And these scenes have you with a person. You know, if love is what you're wanting. You see yourself going on dates, you see yourself happy, making love, going through your life with this person, doing various things, going to Coney Island or walking through Central Park together in the snow, just whatever would make you happy doing. When you do that for 10 minutes a day, it builds up the energy and draws things to you. So what would happen in the case of a specific man? If you do this exercise and you do it right, you will either attract that person in, or someone even better comes to fill their space. That exercise works. Yeah, that's the Knight of Wands. He's a guy he's very passionate, but he's not interested in commitment. So what else? Anything else? You got about a minute or two left. You said marriage? Okay. Marriage with anyone or marriage with him? One more. Okay. All right. Well, this is an interesting spread, honey. The first card, you're getting all the rugged cards for your first reading. The first card's the Devil. And he's the most negative card in the deck. When he comes up, it tells me that there's some kind of habit or pattern that's holding you back. You're tied into something toxic that keeps you blocked. But whatever it is, it's something really negative. It could be an addiction. It could be, I had a girl sitting here one night, she asked about relationship, and the Devil came up and she was like, I can't imagine what that would be. And her roommate was sitting here and he said, oh, I know what it is. You have sex addiction. So there's something going on that you can heal and you can walk away from. And once you do, then you've got a very solid, committed relationship coming in. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, and this is a man who wants to build something with you. The next card is the King of Cups. This is going to be someone who's he's connected to his emotions. He's not afraid of commitment. He's very intuitive. He may even be spiritual or psychic. And then the final card, the Three of Cups. You asked about marriage. This is a marriage card. This is a successful completion and happiness, celebration. So, yes, you're going to get married, but at the moment, there's something to cut loose, and then the right guy is going to come in, and it's going to be someone who wants the same thing you want. Okay? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that's probably what that is. That's what that Devil attachment is. It's something that's holding you back. And as long as you're like tied into him, it's blocking this relationship you're wanting to manifest. So you may want to cut that loose. But it's up to you what you want to do. Okay? You're very welcome, and good luck to you. Bye-bye.